All right, welcome everybody. This is the working group meeting, regular bi-weekly. Today we'll have our reviews. Leo just posted the meeting notes. Yeah, this is a CNCF meeting and goes under the CNCF code of conduct, which can be summarized under be nice to each other. And yeah, let's get started. Nikki, would you like to to guide the retro? Yes, Ross, what's up?
Just one thing was if we have any new joiners want to introduce themselves, just before we get started.
Yeah, any new joiner would like to introduce themselves? Good point.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I'm new. I saw through some LinkedIn posts on the KubeCon last week. I wasn't there myself. And so yeah, I'm Wilco. I'm from the Netherlands. And yeah, I'm very interested in what's going on in this work group.
Great. Yeah, very nice to have you. Welcome. And have you already taken a look about what we're doing? Do you need some, I don't know, wrap-up words, introduction? Yeah, all those are all to YouTube as well. But yeah, if you have any specific question, we can try to answer in those beginning minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my focus is on green software and green IT, sustainability. I'm working for a secondment company, and we have a strategy for the many years, hopefully, to come to do a lot on this subject. And we're also, from my own interests, we're also going to host the Green Software the Netherlands in a month. So that's kind of where I'm busy with my career and professional. And sustainability is really my focus in the broadest thing. So I understand that here it's cloud native focus, if I'm correct. So yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Welcome, Wilco. Today we're doing a retro on the last quarter, like the one that ended with a milestone being KubeCon. So it might be a bit less interesting, but we will also talk about things that we want to improve. So definitely stay for that. And if you have any advice also, it's always welcome. So I shared the board in the chat. Does everyone have access? If anyone doesn't have access, great question. Oh, sorry. Hi, Raimundo.
Hi.
There's some noise. Would you mind
turning the ventilation
for now? Thank you. And also sharing the board again for you, Raimundo, so that you can get access. Dipankar, so a retro is a retrospective. I think it's an agile practice when, for example, teams do every 2 weeks or every month at a certain cadence, they get together to reflect on how things went. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to guide you through it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so essentially, if we look here, what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 minutes to just put some sticky notes in any of these 4 quadrants. So you can just drag the sticky note and then write your thoughts. And the 4 quadrants are liked, learned, lacked, longed for. So in liked, we write what went well and what we should keep doing. In learned, we write some things that we learned. That can be about sustainability in the cloud, that can be technical knowledge, projects, etc. Lacked, we write what was missing, what were we missing throughout this process, and then longed for is what we wish we would see more of. So I those last two are a little bit similar, but there's a small distinction. And then afterwards, we're going to group any issues by theme, if we see any recurring themes. And then lastly, discuss them and quadrant by quadrant and write down any next steps. Does anyone have any questions? If not, let's get started so that we have lots of time to discuss afterwards. So I'm going to stop sharing and everyone can take until 20 past to write some sticky notes, and feel free to turn off your camera if you want. And then in 10 minutes, unless there's a lot of activity, if there's a lot of activity, we can add 5 minutes. So yeah, all right, let's get to it. Okay, there's still a little bit of action. But we can start to group some of the issues by theme. So, well, Leo is still writing. Leo, you said you were done.
Yeah, I'm done. I just need to paste it over.
Okay.
I did my notes somewhere else.
So, let me share again. So, let's see. We have openness for collaboration, things that we liked. Openness for collaboration, communication style, pair programming. Okay, this I feel like is collaboration, pair programming is collaboration, communication is also collaboration. Feel free to, intervene. I don't mean to do this without input. Teaming up on the blog post, do we also group it in the collaboration pile, or?
Yeah, let's leave it there, then we see if like some other area pops up.
Yeah. Meeting in person, yay. KubeCon talk and dashboard shows progress. It's nice. I feel like this is the end of the output of the work, the result of the milestone. We're innovating in the open. Part of this. Leo's architecture diagram, really, really awesome. Part of the solution, I guess, here.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could like group something like in deliverables, maybe. So like or milestone deliverable. So like I guess there like we have architecture talk, and maybe we have something like I don't know. Also, the blog post was a deliverable. Just an idea.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. There are no rules. We create the rules. Teaming on blog post, and which other one? The KubeCon talk.
KubeCon talk, yes. Then also there was something with the dashboard, right? That shows progress.
Yeah, that one was here. Deliverables. I think the architecture diagram also.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, communication here. I think this is teamwork over here. Communication with Falco was tough, but went well. Agreed. It was tough, but it went well. The milestone. I mean, this is how we do the work here. Maybe we can have one that's like processes, because a lot of this is part of the like having a working team, like sharing the work, coming together as a new team, the formation of the team, growing attendees to contributors. I feel like this is the best. My favorite thing is that we get like people who are new are able to then contribute, and then we achieve our deliverables, right? Attracting new contributors, or yeah. Um, and this is some Falco related things. Okay, awesome. Here we have time management also. Yeah, or time management, product planning. Planning, I like your wording better. Good stuff. Okay. All right, are we happy with this groups? Let's move on to learn.
Yeah, very nice. I like the liked part.
Yeah, that's the best. I guess technical know-how is a big one here, like OpenTofu, Flux, STI, Kepler, RAPL, how to implement the STI, Equinix, and Terraform, GitHub Action, Grafana, and Prometheus stack. Well, these are all technical things so far. Kubeconfig. Okay, and then we have like project management skills, the importance of having a milestone, plan next steps and prioritize, and how to enable everyone to contribute. Nice. Look at that. That's cool. We can divide it further. Nice. Are we happy with this?
Yup.
Cool. Lacked. Okay, let's get real. A clearer process, more context. Okay, how to make contributing on infra easier. Cluster has a lot of resources. Yeah, project planning, the better proposal process design that was frustrating. That was me. I feel like contribution might be different to that. Time is part of project planning, I guess. Okay. Falco. It was just the constraints that we have with collaboration definitely made it challenging. A detailed roadmap and steps towards it. Unique, detailed vision. Making contribution towards SCI easier. Cluster has a lot of resources. Setting setting realistic expectations and driving off course. So I guess project planning and product planning are two good. It's good to differentiate between them.
Yeah, like could someone say a few words about the key differences between project planning and product planning? Because I think I mean I get an intuition, but I'm not quite sure I exactly know the differences, specific differences between project planning and product planning.
It's a good question. Are they really that different? Leo, what do you think?
So, I mean, I'm not a product manager, I'm not a project manager, but you usually differentiate between those two. So, from my understanding, so the difference is that we offer like a product. The product is like that we have this the infrastructure, right? We have this infrastructure where we benchmark projects, and the project planning is around that we have like these milestones, and then we have features, and that we plan those features into the product. So the product is more like a holistic overview, and the project is more focused on milestones and getting features and things like this. So,
Yeah,
for
like
example,
managing.
like the collaboration with Falco, for me, can be both things. So it can be that we, that it's like a strategic thing to enable in the product. It's like the first thing, I don't know, that we have based on people, that we define like the APIs basically, or like how we communicate with these projects. So this is like basically how the product looks like. But in the project planning, we are planning to reach out to Falco to work on that, to onboard it as the first project, right? So
Interesting. I didn't know much about it. I would like to read some actually difference between project planning and product planning. I think can bring a lot of clarification of the steps that sometimes are or like have been unclear in the past milestone. So definitely gonna educate myself in the next days.
yeah, we have a lot of project and product managers in the community.
I think that's something that would really help a lot. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because it's kind of a next step, but for me, I think the majority of the people in this call are, as far as I know, are engineers, and we're not, it's a different skill set to do product management, and even people management, because I think there's a big part of it as well there, especially as a chair. So I think it would be great to have more product people.
I think like product is around like envisioning like where should this go, and project is in executing the steps to get there. So maybe this like this differentiation maybe.
Yeah, I think like I spoke to Laurie Apple, I think she's called, at KubeCon, and she was more into this project planning stuff, and she's also in Munich, so maybe can try to see if we can bring her and try to guide us also more there, because I guess like what makes a difference is expertise in the field, plus the context which is needed. I guess like what is difficult is that like we have the context, but we lack a bit of expertise, and then some other people might be complementary. So like lack the context but have the expertise. Would be nice to team up and exchange knowledge in that direction.
Yeah, maybe we can share this board with her. I know she has difficulties with like making time for calls, but she can help us async. But we can try to make it work. Let's finish grouping and then.
All right, let's have question answer later. Okay, so I'll note some questions for later.
Okay. Okay, so I feel like there are similar themes here. contributor management, focus on getting new contributors on board. We should never be stale in this area. Less context switching, more designated roles where people can specialize in areas, I think is contributor management. Collaboration with other groups, I guess, the SCI, like Green Software Foundation. Product planning proposals for larger changes, a more detailed roadmap. And there's I see a communication one, time to response, more active participation, issues linked to the roadmap. Board related to the issues and milestones. More visualization to explain where we are. Distribute the tasks between people that are interested in contributing. Okay. Milestone roadmap planning to give contributors guidance. Okay. There's actually 3 here about the roadmap. If not more. So I think less internal pressure so that we can avoid burnout is, I guess, contributor management. Proposals for larger changes. I don't know.
I think
that might come.
This would be also like larger changes means like basically a change in the roadmap, right? Or at least it's the way I interpret it.
It would definitely help us plan the roadmap. So let's get to discussing these, and in the next 20 minutes, if we can go over this one more time and add some next steps. I think in the light section, what should we keep doing? Would someone like to share? Maybe the deliverables?
Definitely we should keep delivering.
Blog posts, dashboards, architecture diagram. I think that we managed to push back what was out of our scope, and we're reprioritizing. I think this is also definitely things we should keep doing. Yeah, and open communication. Really, if we can avoid communicating in private channels, I think that would be really good for the project, because then we can post in a public channel, and then if someone is not available, then someone else can take it. I definitely feel that way also for me, I think it would reduce pressure, I guess. If we all talk publicly, then we can all answer each other's questions more easily. I'm definitely guilty of that. So it's also like I have to not do that. Dipankar, would you like to share a question, or I can read it?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question was, it may be out of context, but in the next few months or something, we will be working on SCI1 and GitHub Actions with new and existing projects. Nah? It is like that.
Yeah, that's correct. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you. In the learn section, I guess like next steps are keep doing what we're doing in this regard. Any ideas? More documentation maybe for how we're doing things?
Yeah, like from my perspective, we'll go one step deeper, right? Technically, so like we'll need to automate everything. So we'll need to learn automation in this automation and reproducibility. So like to reproduce what we're doing. And I think we have accepted some trade-offs in the past quarter. And yeah, this time we should think a bit on a larger scope, which will be a technical challenge, I guess.
Yeah, Russ?
Yes, yeah. I think that we do need to kind of introduce more automation. I think that's also what we're hoping to do proposals. I think that will help with kind of the design of the next set of automations. I think there's also kind of a roadmap planning that we probably will want to do now that we're past KubeCon to see. But I think this retro, is good. We can incorporate what we learned from the retro here into that roadmap planning.
Yeah. Wonderful. Those are good points. Let's go to LACT. With project planning, I think, would someone like to talk about the clearer process or more context maybe? Like how could we, any ideas on how we could improve processes and sharing context? Yeah. Cool. Docs.
What was left undocumented for clearer process? Or do you have the feeling something? Because I have the feeling in the end everything was well documented. Maybe what was not documented, it was what was not thought through, I guess. But whatever we did, it was well documented. At least this is the impression I get. Or so if there is something which was lacking in particular, so I don't think we lacked docs, but maybe I'm wrong, of course. No process documentation. That there are no process.
I think which process specifically can be improved on? For me, this is quite vague. I'm not sure which process we're talking about. Any ideas, or we can move on? It's okay. Okay. Here, product planning. Long-term vision of the projects. I think more proposals and architectural diagrams are the way. How can we improve our roadmap?
I mean, we can also discuss like different options, how this platform could look like. I don't know if we did this before. So just like thinking about like what could the project look like in 1 year, which is not like ridiculous time frame, I would say. And would version A or version B be better? So something like that, maybe, just as a practice.
And do you think like how can we address this? Like, should we create a specific issue and then targeting with I don't know, a feature description of version 1? Is that something that would help in that? Because I think this was what was like very, like, it was turning point with the diagram, because I finally had something I could refer to, and I think this helped also the context switching, because I would just look at the picture and say, okay, what is missing? And then I think that imagining the project in 1 year would immensely help for the roadmap, and then like detailing the roadmap with next steps, which I think also this was like in the first quarter, we had to find the next steps often live. But if we can have some time to like discuss what the project would look like and what are the next steps toward the next milestone, like detailed next steps, breaking down to a set of issues that we can link, this would be glorious.
Yeah, I agree. Let's definitely have diagrams for every, like, high level ones like Leo's, and then like, I mean, it was also with a lot of low level information, but if we can create more for different perspectives, that would be great. I'll definitely try to do more of that in the coming weeks. I think if everyone would like to create diagrams, we can give feedback on each other's diagrams, and that's, one way to review what another person would like to propose. Yeah, so everyone, please feel free and feel empowered to create diagrams and share them with the group. Like, there's no gatekeeping. Anyone can create a diagram and like just yeah, exactly. It's a good basis of discussion. Like, oh, I see you drew it in that direction. I was thinking more the other way, or like to a different component, etc. Like, these are good discussions. Now, Yeah, maybe we need a process for adding diagrams to. We don't have a
Yeah,
folder.
I think, yeah, I can create a pull request with a folder for diagrams and create, for example, those we had in the maintainer talks, and we can start with those. I guess then it will be a bit of a challenge to keep it organized. We can have, yeah, I think just the repo sometimes is more, I don't know, it's either more accessible or more, because the Google Drive sometimes gets lost while the repo is more official. But yeah, definitely. Also, I think we need a list of the diagrams that we might need. So like, I don't know, what kind of diagrams are we lacking, and what is like what low level, so that we can delegate better. Okay, like we have X amount of diagrams, and then we can assign to people.
That's a great idea. I prefer the repo, by the way. I can never find the drive folder personally. And the repo should be like the source of truth.
Yeah, and I think that if we have the diagram plus the markdown, which Leo suggested, then we can easily have like bits that we can compose into a docs. So like it will be the building blocks for a more detailed docs. So
yeah,
it's all work that we can reuse.
perfect. Mermaid is good. Yeah, Mermaid is good. Like the format doesn't matter too much, like Mermaid or Excalidraw or Miro. Those are, I think, all good. Like whether it's a screenshot that you add to the folder or like Mermaid has actual markdown, I think. Those are all good. Yeah, this definitely let's focus on that much more. Okay, let's move on to a few last things. Contributor management. How to make contributing on infra easier and towards the SCI easier. Is cluster access an issue? Like, what are some of the roadblocks that people faced?
Yes, I think documentation is part of it, but also cluster access is the other one. I think we've done things like creating the read-only config to do that. But if there's gaps, we could, good to get feedback on that, because some of it is we're not maybe sure if people have ideas here and how to make the contributing part easier, then we can work on that. But yeah, I think docs and cluster access are the two big parts.
Yeah, guys, I need to drop 5 minutes earlier. But yeah, lovely discussion. And yeah, next week I'll be in PTO. So yeah, I'll be there in the next working group meeting, but just not a lot available on Slack next week. Wanted to say goodbye for a while. Gonna drop mic.
All right, thank you for the heads up also. And yeah, good to flag PTOs and have a good one.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. I think that's a good point. If people would like to share their availability, or that they're not available, it's also good to also change your status on Slack to like the palm tree, so that no one bothers you. Because I think with regards to avoiding burnout, let's definitely do that. And I also need to drop at 6, well, top of the hour exactly. The communication with Falco, I mean, I don't know, there's not very much that we can, this is beyond our control.
I mean, maybe it's
We're-
also connected to the roadmap, like setting expectations when Falco is like when we need input from Falco and when they need to react to our platform, give feedback, and so on.
Mhm.
So probably we should not. I mean, I think we did fine with the roadmap, to be honest. I think we did a good job. Now we are now getting like into like a different state of the project where Falco is a little bit more relevant because we do more benchmarking. So probably we need to engage with them a lot more. So we should put this engagement on the roadmap.
Yeah, like timing it properly, or at least in advance, or I agree. I would love to talk about the roadmap planning for the next 4 minutes. What can we do better? So issues linked to the roadmap. Like we had a milestone on the GitHub. Was that useful? Like, what can we do better?
So I think what was already nice that we have like different levels of like the roadmap, like a very broad overview. I think we can improve on that maybe a little bit better. So like a year roadmap or something, like very abstract, more abstract a little bit. Just having like the big milestones and then having like more like the issue-based milestones, I think, which we already did, were quite useful.
We do have a bunch of tracking issues, which are long-term.
But do we put them like into like a time frame, sort of like when they're getting relevant and how relevant they are right now and so on? So maybe that could be something interesting.
We have priority labels, so like priority long-term, priority soon, priority critical. Maybe we can improve on those labels. Like actually we don't have labels for the quarters, the quarter milestone, the milestones.
I mean, maybe the thing is that we already do fine with the roadmap and it's just about walking, just like taking 2 minutes at it, like per meeting to walk through the roadmap, just that everybody's aware, okay, we are here. This is what we do now. And this person is working on this issue. And we need more support on this one and things like this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like go full Kanban style.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to be too crazy about this, but maybe just that everybody's like on the same page.
Yeah. Maybe we could have swim lanes or something like that.
Yeah.
I think definitely we can improve our board because right now it's a little bit hard to work with. I have to add issues manually, so that means that it's not used as much. So I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. Ross, do you also have access to the project board?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Right, and Antonio as well. So I don't know, like it would be good if multiple people also manage the project board. I'm not sure if Nikki, you're the only one for the most part. But distributing this work, I think, is also good practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We should try and share that out, yeah.
Shared responsibility model for board. I need to drop I think this is the time to response expectation is a good one. Like, I think, like, if someone is not answering on a private message, for example, then definitely post in the public channel to get a response. Let's definitely redirect always there.
Yeah, I think this, we can also write something about this maybe for the tag in general, like the working group comms could maybe work on like a blog post or something, like how to communicate in open source, basically.
Yeah.
Something we could mention tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we could also schedule next week like a 30, I don't think we need too much time, but like maybe 30 minutes or something. Or we continue this discussion in 2 weeks.
We can wrap up in 2 weeks, I think. There's like just 5-10 minutes and then we can move on.
Right.
But yeah, I have to go. Thank you so much for joining us today on this retro, and I hope you have a great rest of the week and see you next week or in 2 weeks. Bye.
See you. Can you stop the recording? Thank you.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
Actually, I don't know if I can because, oh, yeah, I can.